Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial secrets nobody else wants to tell you. Today we're looking at Loar Holdings Incorporated, and let me tell you, they've been busy making some big moves with their borrowing power. Imagine you have a credit card, but for a company that's kind of what a credit agreement is, and Loar just got a whole lot more credit. They've gotten a big boost to their ability to borrow money, and it looks like they might need it for some future plans. So what happened here is actually pretty simple. Loar Holdings Incorporated, this company they announced they've tweaked their main loan deal. Their credit agreement, think of it like renegotiating the terms of a big loan. What they did was increase the amount of money they can borrow later on, which they call a delayed draw term loan commitment. They've added an extra $175 million to this borrowing ability. This takes their total potential borrowing from this loan to a whopping $275 million. That's a massive sum of money, but it's not just about the amount. They've also extended the time they have to actually take out this extra money. They now have until the 30th of September 2026 to use this increased borrowing power. This extension tells us they're looking ahead, planning for big expenses or investments well into the future. And here is an interesting tidbit. As of the date of this report, the 25th of November 2025, they hadn't actually borrowed any of the delayed draw money yet. The full $275 million was still available to them, so they've got this huge pile of cash they can access, but they haven't dipped into it. This could mean a few things. Maybe they're saving it for a really big project. Or perhaps they're waiting for the right moment to make a strategic move, like an acquisition or a major expansion. Looking at this report, the main story here is about Loar Holdings Inc. getting ready for something significant. They are boosting their financial flexibility by securing a much larger line of credit that they can draw on over an extended period. This isn't just a small adjustment, it is a substantial increase in their borrowing capacity. When a company increases its potential debt, it often signals confidence in its future profitability or a planned strategic initiative that requires significant capital. It's like getting a bigger credit limit on your credit card you might not spend at all. But it is good to have the option for larger purchases. The fact that they've extended the availability period is also key. This isn't just about having the money now, but having it available for future needs, pushing that availability into late 2026. This suggests a long-term perspective on their financial planning. Now, let's think about what this means for Loar Holdings Incorporated. On one hand, having access to this much capital offers huge opportunities. They can pursue growth strategies, make acquisitions, invest in new technologies, or weather economic downturns more effectively. This increased financial muscle can be a significant competitive advantage. On the other hand, with great borrowing power comes great responsibility and the potential for great risk. Taking on more debt means higher interest payments and increased financial obligations. If their future projects or investments don't pan out as expected, this debt could become a burden. For investors, this means watching closely how they deploy this capital and whether it generates sufficient returns to cover the costs of borrowing. So, what is the verdict on Loar Holdings Inc. based on this filing? They are clearly in a proactive mode, positioning themselves for future growth or strategic plays. They've secured substantial financial firepower, which is generally a positive sign of ambition and planning. However, the success of this strategy hinges entirely on how they use the funds and the performance of their subsequent ventures. The market will be observing closely to see if this increased debt capacity translates into tangible value for shareholders and strengthens their position in the market. Alright, that is our breakdown of this financing update from Loar Holdings Incorporated. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.